Good evening. Well, my plan to do a daily vlog for all of 2020 fell apart, but I feel like doing intermittent videos here and there would still be pleasant and nice to reflect on. This evening, I've got really nothing special planned. It's just, I am a bit of a nerd, and even though I plan to, hello Jersey. Oh sure, come over here, I can pet you while I record. I am a nerd, and even though I am planning on giving up video games later in the year when La Milana's through, if you know me, I can probably tell you all about La Milana. But anyway, I decided that I'd like at least one official anime figure. And since they don't have any figures that are up to my standard for my favorite show, Mob Psycho 100, I thought a show I've enjoyed for many years and one of my favorite characters from that film would be nice to have. Jersey. I don't know if they have a character named Jersey, but when One Piece is through, I don't know, a couple more years from now, maybe they will. You can tell in the box, it's the character from One Piece, Gecko Moriah. Run of the Royal Seven Warlords, Jersey. Pirate of the Sea. I'm not gonna go in depth about his character. I assume that if anyone finds this video, they're already gonna know about who Gecko Moriah is. Maybe I might put down why he's my favorite, but this is more of a figure review. It's Figuart's Zero, in production with Bandai and Toy and all the rest. What's that? Tamase Nations, alright? I have no idea what that says. I don't know, maybe I can ask somebody online to translate it if I give them a couple bucks. But I don't have a couple bucks to spare. And here he is. 70 degrees? That's gonna make Jersey happy. It's the February 17th or 19th, by the way. He's got cool style, and he stands. These are his colors, I guess. These are the other warlords that they have in the collection. I'm a little miffed that they put pre-time skip Blackbeard in here instead of Crocodile. I mean, if you're going to include him, you might as well include Trafalgar and that Weevil fella that we never got to know. Yeah, and you can see they went with the anime colors with the purple hair. I did check in the official color spreads. He does have those gaudy orange pants, which I'm not a fan of. I don't think anybody is. But, hey. Man's got his style. I'm not going to diss it. Probably they don't have a lot of special clothes for someone who's 22 feet tall. They put in this little advertisement for other figures. My mother said that she'd really like to get her hands on this. It's a cute idea. I wouldn't want either of these two. Yeah, they're cool and all, but we just don't get to see enough of them, especially for Zoro to get a feel for their personality. Moriah's not around for long, even on Thriller Bark, but you really get a taste for the guy, especially since we're on his ship and everything that's in that land is directly shaped by either him or one of his close subordinates. You get a lot of his character from the environment. And I also love that it's like I'm on a rocking chair. Sorry if that motion's making you dizzy. That it's like, what if Luffy failed? What if Luffy gave up or decided to take a different path? He's like Luffy, but more practical. And that's something that I can appreciate as someone who's overly practical a lot of the time. People who can just push ahead and not really think about it and get through by perseverance, or in Luffy's case, a lot of the time, done luck. I find it harder to value that than someone who pushes and also puts some effort into thinking things through. easy to collect, and cool style, yes. I don't know about how easy it was to collect. It was a couple $100. It was a gift though, so I don't know the exact price. And I will also say that it came in this packaging that was all like, protect the environment, save plastic. And to do that, they wrapped it in a reused plastic bag, which sure, that's good. My parents fight all the time, don't worry about that. I just tune it out. But then, in order to reuse that plastic bag, they completely covered it in tape, and then completely covered that in foam, and then I wouldn't even say that it counts as a gesture at that point. Right, now for the actual figure. Well, kind of. Moriah uses shadow powers, and I thought wouldn't be complete if I didn't make his very own Doppelman. I work in a place that has a lot of extra cardboard, so I just grabbed some of that, threw on some black paint, and as you can see, it's a younger, thinner Moriah. I based this, give or take, off the panel where he's facing down Kaido in the middle of Wano Act 3 or 2, yeah, 3. And I also decided to give him his scissor blades because I think that's a cool thing that he does that doesn't get a lot of representation. Painted on both sides, but there's a little bit of denting in the cardboard, so this is meant to be the front. But you can pose him either way. Like, felt like this could be his shadow extending up from behind him. Doppelman doesn't get a lot of credit. He's not a real person, so I guess he shouldn't. And now for the former royal warlord himself, Moonlight Moriah. Immediately you can see that he doesn't quite match the box image because I made a couple of changes. Something to note is he's very stable, painted in full color. You don't really even need the stand as far as I can see, but as a person who only owns one figure, I'm going to listen to what the box tells me to do. His hand, especially with these detachable bats here, they're kind of cute to take out and play with on their own. Does seem to be the least stable part, so it's good to have this under there a lot of the time. It actually got easier to position after it broke. Before it didn't quite fit on his hand correctly. Maybe that's because I'm not using it. I decided to edit him and give him more of his post-time skip design with his big red tie, bigger than it is in the show because I wanted to cover up the ascot a little more. The way that his chain falls is nice, but my mother, well, one of my mothers who's a professional artist, did say that it doesn't look like real cloth. Oh, also, the paint job on the head, I decided to do comic book colors instead of this dark color. I gave him the brighter red. That is his official color. And in order to clean that up a little bit, I dented his head. That little line, though, that extends from his mouth is not from me. And I'm not sure if that's... No, it's there on the box, but it's way more noticeable on the figure itself. It's fine, though, as long as nobody's observing it up close. So, get some stuff in his collar there. And also, from the back side, I added some green dots down here. Like I said, his new after time stick design. Very, very boring design on his back. So you want to have him facing forward or to the side if you ever decide to display him. Or give him a cool paint job or something. Last criticism here. Overall, I'm very happy with this. I know there was the Portrait of Pirates figure, and it just did something weird to his dimensions, and you need a lot of space to display something of that size. This is like 7 or 8 inches tall. Last thing I'll say criticism-wise is, why are his shadow bats bubbling like this? They have never been displayed as bubbly or this kind of viscosity in particular. Sometimes his shadow has been liquidy, but never quite like this. And it was really hard to design the cape to go around that. Anyway, for my one and only figure, I'm very happy with it, especially since I have a personal connection I spent like 2 weeks trying to get that cape and tie to fit on right. And considering this is my only figure, I'll give it, sure, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Have a nice one.